Hello, hello, hello. We all survived the weekend, right? Beautiful sunshiny weather out there. I am so excited about it. So, we are going to cover chapter 4 tonight, The Lie. I'm better than you. Guess what, honey? We are all the same. That's just where it's at. I've got just as much struggles like anybody else. So, some of the things that really stood out for me in this chapter were just women in general. We have a tendency to tear down other women, and we have a tendency to make prejudgments of everybody else's situation when we really don't know what the whole story is, right? So one of the things that really was like mind-blowing for me for this chapter was the story that she told about the kids that were on the airplane. And when Rachel really looked at the mom and the dad and saw how tired and how exhausted they were, and just, what if the little boy had some, issues, or what if, there was many different reasons why he could have been acting the way that he was acting. But it's our automatic response to assume and to judge others, right? So one thing I really want to talk about was on page, I was like, I even made notes. Look, this is how crazy my note taking was for this chapter. The first step towards getting past the desire to judge and compete is admitting that nobody is immune. For some of us, we judge in little ways, rolling our eyes at the way someone is dressed, frowning at a badly behaved child in the grocery store, or making assumptions about another mother at school pick up who has a serious expression and wears a suit every day and seems uptight. For others, judging is a bigger problem. Berating your little sister because her views are different from yours, viciously gossiping with other women, taking to social media to write hateful things to people you don't even know simply because they've stepped outside the lines of what you think is good. The second step in recognizing is just because you believe it doesn't mean it is true for everyone. In so many instances, judging comes from a place of feeling as though you are somehow got it all figured out, and when they do not. Judging each other actually makes us feel safer in our own choices. Faith is one of the most abused instances of this. We decide that our religion is right, therefore every other religion must be wrong. Within the same religion, or heck, even within the same church, people judge others for not being the right kind of Christian, the Catholic, Mormon, or Jedi. I don't know the central tenet for your faith, but the central tenet of mine is love thy neighbor. Not love thy neighbor if they look and act just like you. Not love thy neighbor so as long as they wear the right clothes and say the right things. Just love them. So you never know what somebody else is going through and what's happening. A lot of you may assume certain things of me even. Do you know? I can tell you today was one of those milestone moments for me today. You know what I had to go and do? I went and had an eye exam. And because I'm in my 40s, I've graduated to the progressive lenses. Woohoo! The bifocals without the line. I'm not going to lie, that was a pretty hard and big pill to swallow, that I'm at that age where we're, progressively getting older. And it was just an interesting little thing that kind of ties in with all of this that, we've been talking about in, Rachel Hollis's book here. So do you even know the one thing that most women are really, really looking for? It's friendships. When you're having a bad day and you can reach out to somebody and just be a friend, just listen to what they have to say. I had a girlfriend who lives downstate who had to put her cat to sleep today. Been part of the family for 13 years. And I woke up this morning to a voice message on my Facebook Messenger. She was crying. And all I could do was offer her, a virtual hug because I'm well over 2,000 miles away. But I did something extraordinary. I got a hold of a florist and I sent her flowers. So it's just those nice little small touches that you can do to impact somebody else's life, because you never know what situation anybody is in. And it doesn't make anybody else better than anybody else. We all deal with things, whether you're going through a divorce, whether you're going through custody battles, whether you're going through how to pay your mortgage this month, how to pay your rent this month, whether it's having to go and pay for a tank of gas, how are you going to find the $10 to do that? How are you going to pay for the new pair of glasses that you just got? How are you going to pay for your kids' school lunch? I mean, there's many, many, many things and trials and tribulations that we have to deal with each and every single day. But it's how you handle that that gets you through. So share with us some of your guys' thoughts on this chapter. Things that could help you in the end is try to be non-judgmental. Surround yourself. You become what you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with people that are constantly talking about other people, then that's kind of the mode that you're going to get yourself into, and we're trying to get away from that. Policing yourself. So when you start talking negatively about somebody, try to pay them a compliment instead. I know it's really challenging sometimes, but a lot of it's all in our minds, and a lot of it's just a mindset thing. And then the third and final thing is just dealing with it. Usually our judgments come from, insecurities about ourselves. And so sometimes you might have to stop and think about, okay, what is it that's really wrong with me, and why am I lashing out to this other person who may be having just the worst day ever? So some things just to think about on that. And the last and final thought that I'm going to leave you guys with. Even if your life is unfair to you, that doesn't mean that it's unfair to others, and we cannot be the judge of somebody else's life and how they live it. So that concludes chapter 4. So tomorrow we're going to hit chapter 5, and the lie is, loving him is enough for me. So again, share with us your thoughts about chapter 4. Let us know what you guys are thinking about this book so far. I'm dying to hear your guys' comments and thoughts about it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for chapter 5. Take care, everybody.